Hi, my name is Vikas Pradhan. I am here to do a presentation on a topic called tariff and import duties effect on the industries. And my group members are Karuna Bania and Sneha Karki. I would like to start our presentation with the introduction of our topics. The tariff. The tariff and import duties greatly impact on the various industries and on the economic costs and benefits of the country as well. Most of the companies and industries of the time of international trade suffer due to unfavorable tariff and duties. The tariff is defined as the tax which has to be paid by the company or industries to the government or associated body against the trading of goods or services. The tariffs also refers to as the policy tool which has been used to protect the domestic industries. And its main function and role of a tariff can serving as the source of revenue or income, protecting the domestic industries and thereafter preventing from the trade distortions. It is observed that the revenue generation is the major focus for applying of tariff plans in the economy. The tax levied on the industry protects the welfare of the domestic industries as the price of imported goods become higher as compared to that of domestically produced ones. And the costs and benefits of tariff are the price effect comes under the cost, terms of trade effect under the cost, and I would like to briefly describe about those things. Increase about the price effects, increase in the price of the commodity as the importer will impose the entire tariff on the customers if the demands is inelastic and vice versa, burdens if demand is elastic. In terms of trade effects, so tariff reduce the country's offer of export or for import because a part of imports will have to be now surrendered to the custom authorities in the form of tariff. And, uh, and under the benefit is revenue effect. So nations can revenue by imposing tariff and protection effects. Tariff tend to rise the domestic price of the imported commodity, reduce the commodity's domestic demand for that commodity and thereby stimulate domestic productions. And, and the further topic will be described by my friends Karuna. Effects of tariff among the policy is my part. Sorry, I apologize for that. It is also observed that the restriction and limitation on the competition lead to the making of the encouragement of inefficiency among the firms. It is beneficial in the short run. On the other hand, in the long run, the domestic companies may not take it seriously and impacts on the necessary improvement taking place within the organizations. That's it for my part, and my friend will further describe about the effects and impact of tariffs on the government. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vikas. I'm talking about the effects and impact of tariff on the government. This introduction and formulation of tariff policy will increase the revenue of the government. However, it will contribute to a smaller percentage out of the total tax revenue system. There are certain other impact of tariff also, such as tariff leads to a decline in a disposable income as well as net loss to the economic welfare. Higher the tariff amount, the lower will be the revenue generated and a falling in the consumer demand. Next is for reasons or causing of imposing tariff. There are number of reasons of imposing tariff: rising of the revenue amount, protectionism, environmental impact. Talking about these several effect reasons, I am talking about the Major reason for imposing the taxes and tariff is making of domestic industries more competitive and modest in manufacturing of goods and services. Talking about environmental impact, the tariff are more applied to such product or goods which are having of negative impact due to externalities. Reason are causing for eliminating the tariff lead to the trade liberalization, enhances lower prices for the customers, enhances specialization and expertise, goods and services, lead to benefiting the economic and reaching to the economic of scale. Talking about this one, it include of removing the trade barriers, such as tariff or import duties and others, so that the industries can trade for one economic to another. It create low prices the customer as well as it promotes the specialization and expertise goods and services, and it eradicate of tariff creates and leads to benefiting the economic and reading. Next, about the Australian import tariff will be explained by my friend Sneha Karki. She will explain the remaining part. Thank you.
Thank you, Karuna. I'm explaining about Australia import tariff. Australian market is influenced by US industries and firms. There are various information provided by average tariff charges. It varies according to the US industries or firms which should be aware of Australian export market. The US market has been considered as an example which is trading with the Australian economy. The AUS-FTA, which is also called the US and Australia Free Trade Agreement, has eliminated the imports or tariff duties over 99% of the US trading industries. So there is 100% of eradication of tariffs in US produced agricultural products as well. Moving forward to another slide. The laws relating to import and export. The competitive location of Australia has become a major sport for the supplier market in the Asia Pacific region, and others affecting are tariff and duties, free trade agreement, import regulation, static analysis, and Australian import prices. It has certain commitments relating to tariff which support export subsidies and provide domestic guidance. Australia has 6 trade agreements with other countries, which meets the gap of global or international treaties. The business organization doing import must be aware of rules and regulations of tax and treaties. From the statistical analysis, it is seen that year 2000 was the maximum of gross national expenditure. It shows the quarter of 2017, the import prices was very less compared to other previous years and other years. And moving forward to conclusion, it is clear that the investigation of tariffs and other import duties is significant to consider for the Australian economy. The tariffs and imported duties contain both the positive and negative impacts as well. The tariffs policy also differs according to economy to economy and industry to industry. So the elasticity of consumer demands affect the tariff. That's all from our side. Thank you, everyone.